That big, energetic Airedale Terrier you admire seems like a dog only for a house with a huge yard, right? Well, that's not exactly the whole story. The Airedale Terrier, often called the King of Terriers, is the largest of its kind. Originating from the Ira Valley in Yorkshire, England, they were bred as versatile hunters and working dogs. This history gives them a robust physique, a high level of intelligence, and an almost boundless supply of energy. When people think of these traits, they immediately imagine a dog that needs acres of land to roam free. While a yard is certainly a bonus, it is not a prerequisite for a happy Airedale, provided their needs are met in other ways. The single most important factor for an Airedale's well-being, whether in a large house or a small apartment, is physical exercise. This isn't just about letting them out to relieve themselves. An Airedale needs structured, vigorous activity every single day. We're talking about 1 to 2 hours of dedicated exercise. This can include brisk walks, jogging, or running alongside you. They often excel at canine sports like agility, where they can channel their energy and intelligence into a focused task. A game of fetch in a secure open area can also help burn off that classic terrier stamina. Without this crucial outlet, a bored Airedale in any home, big or small, will find its own entertainment. This often manifests in undesirable behaviors like chewing on furniture, excessive barking, or digging at carpets. The size of your home is far less important than your commitment to their daily exercise routine. Equally important is mental stimulation. Airedales are incredibly smart dogs. A mind that isn't challenged will become restless. For apartment dwellers, this is a fantastic opportunity to engage with your dog indoors. Puzzle toys that require them to figure out how to get a treat are excellent tools. Scent work games, where you hide treats around the apartment for them to find. Tap into their natural hunting instincts. Regular training sessions to reinforce old commands or teach new tricks also keep their minds sharp and strengthen your bond. Just 15 to 20 minutes of focused mental exercise a couple of times a day can make a world of difference, preventing boredom and the anxiety that can come with it. Now, let's talk about space. Airedales are medium to large dogs, so an apartment can feel smaller with one in it. However, they are not typically hyperactive indoors as long as their exercise needs are met. When they've had their daily dose of activity, Airedales are often content to relax and shadow their owners around the home. It's important to create a designated space for your dog within the apartment, a comfortable bed or crate where they can feel secure and retreat to. This helps establish boundaries and gives them a sense of their own territory within your shared living space. When choosing an apartment, a ground floor unit can be more convenient for those frequent trips outside, especially during potty training or for older dogs. One behavior that apartment-dwelling Airedale owners must manage is their tendency to bark. As terriers, they were bred to be alert and will often signal the presence of strangers or unusual sounds. In an apartment building with close neighbors and frequent noises from hallways, this can become a problem. Early and consistent training is key. Teach your Airedale a quiet command from a young age. Socialization is also crucial. Exposing your puppy to various sounds, people, and other dogs in a controlled manner helps them become more confident and less reactive to the everyday hustle and bustle of apartment life. A well-socialized Airedale is less likely to see every noise as a threat that needs to be announced. Socialization extends beyond just managing barking. Airedales can have a strong-willed and sometimes stubborn nature, combined with a high prey drive. Proper socialization helps them learn how to interact appropriately with other dogs and people. This is vital in an apartment setting where encounters in elevators, hallways, and local parks are unavoidable. Puppy classes and supervised playdates are excellent ways to build good canine manners. A well-adjusted Airedale is a pleasure to have, but one that is reactive or fearful can make urban living very stressful for both dog and owner. Remember that you are their guide to navigating the human world, and consistent leadership is essential. Grooming is another practical consideration. Airedales have a wiry, dense coat that doesn't shed excessively, which is a big plus for keeping an apartment clean. However, that coat requires regular maintenance to prevent matting and to keep their skin healthy. They need to be brushed several times a week to remove loose hair and dirt. Additionally, their coat typically needs to be hand-stripped or professionally clipped 2 to 3 times a year. While this is an added responsibility and potential cost, their low-shedding nature makes them a surprisingly tidy housemate compared to many other breeds. In the end, the suitability of an Airedale Terrier for apartment living comes down to the owner, not the square footage. An Airedale can thrive in an apartment with an owner who is dedicated to providing extensive daily exercise, consistent mental stimulation, and firm patient training. They need a leader who understands their terrier instincts and is willing to put in the work to manage them. If you are an active person who enjoys spending hours outdoors every day and is looking for a clever, loyal, and engaging canine partner, an Airedale could be a wonderful fit regardless of the size of your home. But if you're looking for a low-energy couch potato, this is not the breed for you, no matter how much space you have. The most important home for an Airedale is one with an involved and committed human companion.